Good morning. So, welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara, day one of focus. How do we create resilient goals? And so, there's a few ideas, a few thoughts that I have. If you have filled out the form, so not a form, it's a questionnaire. If you don't have the questionnaire, just comment in this video down below, either on Facebook or YouTube, or send me a message and I'll send you the questionnaire. And the questionnaire or the intention of focus is that you intend to do something or to not do something for 21 days. For example, you might intend to do this yoga for 21 days, or you might intend to drink black coffee, which is my intention. I'm going to come off dairy for 21 days, and I want to do a yoga practice, just a short yoga practice in the evening. So I'm intending to do something, but we intend to do things all the time. But things get in the way, and we don't acknowledge when we're setting our goals what's going to get in the way. So that on the first hurdle, we go, "Oh, I'm too tired," or "Oh," and we collapse into the habitual, into the tendency that we have. So resilient goals, I think, in my understanding, is where you set an intention. I'm going to drink black coffee. And you think of all the things that are going to get in the way. You think of all the reasons why in your head I'm going to say, "Oh no, just give me some cream." "Oh no, just give me some cream." And so it's been, just write it all down. So write 5 reasons why you won't be able to do this thing. And then when you're doing the thing or not doing it, and you have that thought, you've already acknowledged it, and do your thing anyways. So there is always going to be friction, a little bit of feedback from change, from setting something new in your life. So acknowledge the friction and just keep going. So also another thing that's really good, I'm aware I'm talking a long time, but is tell someone what you're going to do for 21 days. So I've just told all of ye that I'm going to do an evening yoga practice and I'm giving up cream in my coffee. And so you can text me, you can text a friend, you can name it somehow and have accountability in your life. Accountability is amazing. So we're going to move, we're going to connect, we're going to really feel deeply into our bodies for the next 21 days. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a pleasure to be here. So come lie on your mat. We're going to start always on the floor and then move up and then come back down again. Okay, so cool, come. Yep. I have Bear with me as always. So great, landing in, arrive in onto the floor. And then just begin to sway your knees from side to side. Noticing the shapes and the patterns that emerge as you do this. Nice. Come back to center. Arch your lower back and then flatten your lower back down. Arching and flatten. Arching. Notice what happens. I can feel a little bit of, I was at gardening yesterday. I can feel that in my lower back, that the muscles were used and that they're just jugging a little bit to warm up and to become more mobile. And then roll like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis. As you roll, as you connect, feel that through the bones of your pelvis, through the muscles of your legs, of your spine. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Bring your arms wide. Drop both knees down to the right and just pause there. And then slowly turn your head to the left. And slowly come back to center and turn your head to the right. Do that again. Notice what your eyes are seeing as you travel with your eyes. Do your eyes jerk a lot, or can they travel really smoothly with your head? Come back to center. Drop your knees down towards the left. Pause. And slowly turn your head towards the right. Following your eyes slowly as you turn your head towards the left. Eyes to the right, head to the right. And then all the way back to center. And come back to center. Nice. Draw your right knee up. Hug it down towards you. Really squeezing it deeply in. And then stretch your right leg long until it floats just above the floor and reach your arms overhead. I've interlocked my fingers and I'm reaching my arms so they're maybe at a 45-degree angle over my head. Then bend your right knee, squeeze it up, hug it in. And then long with your right leg, long with your arms overhead. And I have this sense of the squeeze of my knee is really nourishing for my hip. And then the opening of my leg and the lengthening of my leg really nourishes or gives me sensation or gives me a sense of connection to the strength of my thigh and the lengthening of the deep belly down into the thigh. So I'm traveling from squeeze into lengthening. Squeeze into lengthening. Nice, change. Draw your left knee up towards you. Hug it down. Really sinking in. Nice. Lengthen long, left leg long, arms to whatever point is comfortable. And then begin to travel. Squeeze your knee in and stretch your leg long. Arms overhead. Squeeze your knee in. So it's like in the breath when we find the places in the breath that we enjoy. Where in this range of movement do you find the most satisfaction and enjoyment? For me, it's just the very end of the lengthening of the leg as I really pull into the front of my thigh. I'm like, yum, that's just so great. For you, where is the movement satisfaction? One more time. Nice, how cool. So both feet to the floor, just pause. So feeling your feet, feeling your legs, feeling your belly, your pelvis, shoulders, arms, and head. Just notice if there was a word or a phrase that might describe the feeling of you right now, what would it be? What's the feeling tone of this? Nice. Cool. So roll over and push up into your downward dog. So you're pushing back, feet are on the floor, arms are long, and you're pulling your heels down in the direction of the floor, and you're pushing deeply into your arms and your hands. And always when I land into this, I have a bit of a wiggle. It's a bit like trying to, if you put on your winter coat and you're like kind of scooching around in your winter coat to make your coat feel like it fits again. So how would you fit into this shape in your body? How would you really lean into all the corners and fill the whole of this? So I'm leaning out into my baby fingers, connecting to my elbows. I have a sense of strength in my shoulders. I want to include my neck and my spine, my pelvis. Just wiggling gently, steadily, connecting. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor. Sit your bum back into a child's pose. Lengthening through the deep of your spine, folding into your hips. If for any reason one of your arms doesn't want to be as far out as this, then just bend your elbow. If for any reason one of your knees is struggling a bit, then don't be so far back. Always in the yoga that we're doing is you're including the sensations of your body in this moment. We all should be making different shapes, different gestures with our body based on our lifetime of experience.
So, how do you adapt and make this wholesome for you in this moment? Deepen your breath into your belly, create space through the back of your body as you breathe. For me, on every exhale, I seem to sink a bit deeper into where I'm leaning into. So, for me, my lower back, the deep of the space between my shoulder blades really sinks and widens every time I breathe. Nice, coming all the way up. Push again back into your downward dog. Create length through your body as you pull back. Super. So we're going to warm up into the legs. So bring both knees to the floor, both hands to the floor. You're in a cat position. And then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So you can either help your foot forward with your hand, or you can rise up and step your foot forward. And then bring both hands to the floor. And just pause here. Right foot is just beside the right hand. And then lean your hips a bit forward. So another way of saying that is, just feel like you're able to bring your belly a little bit closer to the floor. Good. And now begin to rock forward and backwards with that front leg. So you lean into that front leg and then you lean away. And track again, where do you feel in this movement a sense of movement satisfaction? There was a concept that I was working on for a while, which is connection direction. So a movement is created by the arriving into the movement. So all the muscles are working in the direction of lengthening as you lengthen. And all the muscles are working in the direction of bending as you bend. So how do you feel that deep bending as you lean forward? And how do you feel that deep lengthening as you sit back? Really acknowledging the difference. Oh, the bending is a gesture and the lengthening is a gesture. Next time you sit back, just pause there. And don't get stuck in a really high-pitched leg feeling. Move a bit. So if you can't move, then you've gone too deep. And so wherever you are, you should be able to move your shoulders a bit. You should be able to move your hips a bit. Wiggle your toes, move your leg. So for me, yoga isn't about finding the most rigid position and holding it. It's like, can I create movement in this range right now? So wiggle a bit here. Move your foot direction. Wiggle your hips. Nice. Super. Other side. Bring your right knee back. Bring your left foot forward. So your left foot is to the outside of your left hand, and then rocking forward and rocking backwards. Where in this range are you feeling enjoyment? And then where is it challenging? Because there's different elements in different directions. There's a deep bending and kind of a rebound, and then there's this deep lengthening. The lengthening affects different areas, the bending affects different areas. As I rock forward, as I rock backwards. Nice. So next time you rock backwards, find a place where you can create movement. So I can still move my foot. I can change the direction of my foot, which is my whole leg. I can move my hips a bit. I can move my shoulders. Super. Bring both knees back, push back, downward dog. Pause. Find stillness or a sense of ease. Nice. Walk all the way forward. Slowly rolling all the way up. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together, reaching up, looking up. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. So we're going to do a sun salutation. So standing to the front of your mat and pause. Find your feet, wiggle your toes a bit, feel the soles of your feet. Find your ground. How do you rest your weight down so your whole body at ease? Nice. Reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down, hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. Bend your knees so you're really arching your back as you look forward here. Hands to the floor, step your right foot back. And as I move, I'm trying to move like honey. I'm connecting into my body as I move. Pausing there. Step your left foot back, plank pose. Pausing there. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. So reach your arms back long beside you, squeeze your bum, lift your toes, and then rise slowly up. Lift your head as high away from the floor as feels comfortable. And see how far forward you can look with your head. Just have a sense of reaching, strengthening your back. Reaching your fingers back in the direction behind you. Nice. Bend your elbows, hands to the floor. Push back into a cat. Push all the way back into your downward dog. Just take a few breaths in your downward dog. Every inhale, every exhale, leaning into, for example, for me right now, I'm leaning into my calves. I'm really enjoying a sense of creeping length as I listen in. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor. Step your right foot forward between your two hands. Lengthen your left leg. Step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Palms comes together, reaching up, looking up. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. Reach your arms wide. Reaching all the way up, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows. I feel like I'm way in the plants here. You can see me now. And then bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Super. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back. Just pause there. Left foot is long and back behind you. Breathing into your belly. Nice. Step back with your right leg. Pause. Plank pose. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. So reach your fingers long and back behind you. Reach back down towards your feet. Squeeze your bum. Lift your toes and then lengthen up and back as much as you can. So when we don't include the hands, we're actually strengthening our rib cage, our spine, the breathing muscles, our buttocks. The whole back line of our body is lengthening or is shortening and strengthening right now. The front of your body is lengthening and strengthening. I really feel how the breath pushes into the movement. Feel your breath. Nice. Bend your elbows, hands to the floor, push back into your cat, all the way back, downward dog. Great length. Super. Drop your knees to the floor, step your left foot forward. Lengthen your right leg. Step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up, reach your arms wide, palms come together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. We'll do one standing pose. So triangle. So step your left foot back. So there's around 2.5 feet between your feet. And then reach your left hand up towards the ceiling.
And then slide down your right thigh, down as far as your shin, perhaps, and reach deeply up through your left arm up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Create length by reaching more up through the whole left side of your body. So my ribs are traveling left, my hip is traveling left, the outside of my left leg is really strong as I reach up into my fingertips. Nice, coming all the way up. Turn your toes towards the back of your mat. So left foot is pointing towards the back of your mat, right foot's at a 45-degree angle. Reach your right hand up towards the ceiling and then slide down your left leg. Yes, this is true. Reaching up, finding your breath. And now I'm expanding into the right side of my body. It's like the right foot, the right calf, the outside of my right thigh, my ribs, my hip, my arm is like up. Nice, rising up. Cool. So walk your feet so they're a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and then see what it's like for you to sit down into a squat of some kind. So that could be where you're quite high with your elbows on your knees. That could be where you're quite low. It doesn't matter. Where is your squat? Where do you sit into when you come into your squat? Listening to your knees, your ankles, your spine as you do this. It might be that you use a wall. It might be that you hover just above a chair. See what you need to do. If you can, bring your elbows to the insides of your knees. If you're sitting on a chair, then just lean forward and try and bring your elbows a little bit between your calves as you lean forward. Nice. Slowly, whatever way you do, sit on your bum, stretch your legs out long in front of you, and then just sitting up tall. Let's feel the length of your spine. Turn your head towards the right slowly. And then look behind you. Come back up. Turn your head towards the left. And then look behind you. And coming back. Nice. Come lie on the floor. All the way down. Land on the floor. Have your knees bent as you land. And then maybe you rock your knees slowly from side to side. Just a small rocking, checking in with your lower back, checking in with the feeling of your spine. And then come to pause. Just pause, either have your knees bent or stretch your legs out long. And rest. And so 21 days. Let's see, let's lean into change. Change, we resist change. I resist change. I believe nothing ever changes, and then I'm like, oh no, look, something's changing. But I have to really persist to see change in my life. And so let's persist together. Let's set intentions, resilient goals, and let's see what happens. 21 days. And so tell me if you want for accountability, or tell a friend, or tell a family member, or write it down in your book and then say, right, I am aiming for this for 21 days. And really go gently, but go firmly. You can do this. If it's a realistic goal, if it's in wellness, in wholesomeness, then definitely do it. You can do this. You got this. We can do hard things. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Really awesome. Very nice way to start my day. And ciao, ciao. Slán, slán.